Hi everyone, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 8 of Johnson's Journeys. Today was going to be the PSV game, first game back after the winter break, but yet again something happened with the recording, so you're back for the Roda game in the main part of the episode after this little intro. I'll bring you up to date with the transfers over the winter break. We made 5 in total. We got Wiseman and Boswell in on those free transfers that I spoke about earlier in the season. Wiseman the right back, Boswell the striker. Boswell has now gone straight back out on loan to Ghent in Belgium to get some first team football, so that'll do him good. We also signed Julian Cortez, a Colombian left back. We've got a few left backs already, but he's young and he's got good potential, so he'll be in the first team in years to come, I'm sure. We also signed Danilo from Barcelona for £5 million, a defensive midfielder. Gives us a bit more bite in central midfield. The players we've got so far are more sort of playmakers, whereas Danilo is a bit more of a sort of ball-winning midfielder kind of player, so good to have him on board. He is currently injured at the moment, but when he comes back, hopefully he can have an impact. And then the last player is Jemison, the Brazilian centre-back from Monaco, for £2 million. His contract was actually up at the end of the year, and I attempted to approach him to sign him on a free transfer, but he wasn't interested. He said he wanted to keep his options open. And then I saw that he was on the transfer list for £2 million, so I put a bid in, and it got accepted. And then he wanted to discuss a contract, and so we finalised the deal. He's effectively mugged us off for £2 million, really, but we need a centre back. So, and he's a good player, and he will start now that Forlan has left. So I'm glad to have him on board. In terms of outs, not many, just a couple really. Paddock, the backup keeper, has left for Granada for just over £1 million. Pretty happy with that deal. Gets him out of the club. He was pretty unhappy, so Savor can quite easily step up and replace him on the bench, so no problems there. And Justin Kluivert has left for Heerenveen for £2.1 million. We're pretty well stocked in the wide areas, so Kluivert wasn't really getting a look in, so not too bothered to see him leave. Hopefully he doesn't come back to bite us as a Heerenveen player. And that was it really. I then went on and played PSV, which obviously you're not going to see now, but we lost 1-0 basically, so I'm not too bothered that I'm not bringing you that. And now then, I'll leave you with the recording from what was going to be the next episode, the Roda game. I'll bring you up to date with the games that you missed since the PSV game, and then we'll get into play the Roda game shortly. Roda JC for a chance for the semi-finals, and hopefully to reclaim the Dutch Cup after our win last year. Since the last episode, just played a couple of games. We played FC20. We beat them 1-0. Quite a boring game, really. The first half, especially, we were quite poor. Oh, pardon me. And then Oliveira pulled out a piece of magic just after half time, and that was enough to secure the win. And then we played AZ Alkmaar. We beat those 3-1. Klaass scored a brilliant goal just before half time. Lovely passing move, and he smashed it in. And then, the first 15 minutes of the second half, we scored twice, and then they scored straight afterwards. Medeiros and Wilson on the score sheet for us. So that keeps us top of the league. We are 5 points clear of Den Haag with like 13 games left. Yeah. Wilson top scorer still, 17 in 19 for him now. Pickford still second with clean sheets. El Ghazi's got the most assists. Klaassen's just broke 10 goals for the season as well, so all good so far. But today, like I say, we've got the Dutch Cup quarter final. The team today has been rotated somewhat. S04 comes in goal. I'm going to give Wiseman his debut at right back. Nakim keeps his spot as centre back. Delight comes in, who's had some really good performances in the cup games so far. Sessegnon plays at left back. Fjordstad and De Jong in central midfield. And then the front three attacking midfielders are the same. Medeiros, Klaassen and El Ghazi. And Ugo Chukwu comes in up front today. Wilson is injured for the next 3 weeks. So Sehuis will play in the league. So I thought we'd give Ugo Chukwu the chance in the cup. It's not a poor side. It's young players. The back, that back 6, 7 there. I think the oldest player is 22. So, or maybe slightly more with Nakim actually, but a couple of 18-year-olds in there. So, see what they've got today in quite a high pressure environment. Hopefully, we can get past them. Roda aren't a bad side, but we should be able to overcome them today. A league and cup double is the aim. Obviously, we had a poor exit from both European competitions. The plan originally was to try and have a European run, but you know, a cup victory would suffice. If we could leave Ajax with 4 trophies, then that would be excellent. It would technically be a treble this year, actually, wouldn't it, with the Super Cup? So, yeah, we'll see what happens today and for the rest of the season. I believe we've got quite an easy-ish run in. We've played PSV and AZ Alkmaar already, so it's only really Feyenoord and Den Haag that we've got to worry about in the last few games. So I'm hoping that the league can be pretty straightforward, barring a sort of 3-game losing streak. Then I think we've pretty much sort of got it wrapped up already. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but and here today in the cup we've just gone 1-0 up. Klaassen scored front post, crossing from Medeiros, and it's Klaassen's 16th goal of the season. 10 of those in the league. That's brilliant. Lovely bit of play from Medeiros. Really, really good player. I thought he was going to get sent off then. Just as I'm talking about Medeiros, he's a bit of trickery down the wing. That was lovely. De Jong picks it up. Klaassen, Medeiros, El Ghazi, 2-0. Just before half time. That's a great bit of play with the front players. De Jong into Klaassen to Medeiros, parried, and El Ghazi taps in. So that's fantastic. They've actually had more shots than us, but we are 2-0 up, so shows how clinical we are. That's good, yeah, keep it up. Plenty more of that in the second half. Ugo Chukwu having a quiet game. I might get Barack Obama on at some point, just to give him a taste of first team football. Once again, S04 having nothing to do. Apparently they've had 4 on target shots. So you know, he's had something to do, but I've not seen it. So it looks like Wiseman, whatever, he's having a decent game at right back, so that's pleasing for him on his debut. The rest of the players, obviously, we've seen quite a bit of in the cups. So your De Jongs and your Fjordstad and Sessegnon largely in the cups anyway. Medeiros, Sessegnon, as I speak of him, whip it in. Oof, Medeiros, there we go, 3-0. Medeiros deserves a goal today. And Sessegnon's assist there as well was lovely. Still can't decide if he's a left back or a winger, but you know, he's played well for us in the games he has played. Not played many, but we will now. What shall we do? We'll get Cherney on for El Ghazi. And we'll get. I think that'll. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. I might get Barack Obama on in 5-10 minutes if E08 still hasn't done anything. El Ghazi, Klaassen, a bit of pinball in the box, and Klaassen hammers it home for his second of the day. Great assist for El Ghazi. Well, I don't know if it goes down as an assist actually, but it's a good bit of play anyway. El Ghazi's last action. Great stuff. 4-0, half an hour to go. Safely into the semi-finals. And if I remember rightly, the biggest team apart from us left in it was Heerenveen. So I'm hoping the semi-final draw will be kind of straightforward. Saville, that's a great save. For saying I haven't seen him do anything, that was his first highlight, and it was a really good save. So pleasing signs. There was a bit of a news story in January about him not having long left on his deal and whether we're going to renew it. He's got 18 months left, so I don't think it's a thing to worry about. I'm also sort of being kind of sneaky and not renewing contracts that run out in 18 months, because if I can walk straight into a job in the summer, it means I can sign the players for a little bit less money. People like Nakim especially, Saville potentially looks like he could develop into a good player. Oh, that's a lovely goal there. E08 really unselfish, received the ball in the 18-yard box, thought he was going to shoot, good bit of play from Medeiros, but he instead just laid it to Klaassen, who bangs it in for his hat-trick. So that's really good from E08, really intelligent play. He hasn't been scoring particularly, but he's got a couple of assists in the games he has played, so it's good to see. And that should be that, I think, unless there's one more death. No. Full time, 5-0. They did have ended the game with more shots actually, but we progress. Klaassen now becomes the top scorer in the competition with that hat trick today. That's great for him. 18 goals this season. I think him and Wilson have the same. Klaassen, if not more, actually. Into the semis. That's lovely. The semi-final draw is in a couple of days, so I'll stick with it and get to that. Yeah, Klaassen and Wilson both on 18. So Peck get Willem, and as I suggested or hoped, we get Heerenveen. And as I say, oh, it's March. It's not that far away. We play them twice in 2 weeks. So what I might do, I think I'll do Ado next game actually, because that's a big game. Next episode, sorry. Then I'll do the Dutch Cup semi-final. Then I'll perhaps do, I think I'll do Camber and then Vitesse. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so another convincing win today. Keeps the cup campaign on the tracks. Tough draw for the next round though. Heerenveen, not a bad side at all. But join us for that in a couple of episodes' time. Next time will be the ADO Den Haag League game, so that's a big game. Make sure you're back for that one. As usual, keep dropping that love. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel, and we'll see you again next time.